there's not one single set of rules you have to follow. Each extended essay kind of has its own road to take, but planning well, managing well, organizing well are tips for success to anything. So I truly hope those tips have kind of helped you to get your mind around. And again, EE is not so stressful if you manage it well. It's not so frightening. You don't have to be frightened because of those 4,000 words. I can tell you right now, once you get started, 4,000 words are not so much. You would even find it to be too little for you to express your arguments. So since I have done my extended essay on psychology, then I thought I might also be able to give you some subject-specific tips for anyone who is doing a psychology EE. So psychology is a subject that is not normally taught at schools before you enter the IB. So it's a whole new subject to face. And a lot of people might be scared about this. Well, we have done biology and chemistry and physics since the beginning of our high school. So certainly we have some sort of basis with those subjects, and that might give us more confidence in writing an EE on those subjects. But psychology is a wholly new subject we haven't encountered before. So how are you going to deal with this? This concern is not totally wrong. I had this sort of concern too. So my best tip would be, before you even start IB psychology, read something about psychology. Get those sorts of, you can even start to read the IB textbook in your 10th grade summer. It really gives you a better understanding of what psychology is and what are the sorts of ways of writing as a psychologist, which is so important to write a good psychology essay. So in my case, during my 10th grade summer, I borrowed an A-level psychology textbook from my teacher, and I just started to read it. I finished that book at the end of my summer, and before I even entered my IB psychology classroom, I had a solid idea of what psychology is. I acquired some of the basic psychological concepts, ideas, the important studies, how we usually write as psychologists. So I found that just so helpful to even boost your confidence a bit when you are about to start your psychology EE. Okay, so besides just getting to read psychology during the summer of your 10th grade year, the other really important thing to say about writing an extended essay in psychology is you shouldn't never ever give up. Writing a good psychology extended essay is extremely difficult. I have to say it's more difficult than other subjects, and it's true because it's a field that you never approached, and unless you read some like university articles about how to write well in psychology, it's very difficult for you to write as an actual psychologist. And in psychology writings, we have to use a lot of like the jargon of psychological terms, the ways we express, the fact that we can't never use the word proof. So all those little details make it very difficult to write a really good professional psychology extended essay. But you shouldn't be frightened because of that, because the examiners know that it is the first time that you actually write a 4,000 word essay in psychology. So they wouldn't expect you to write as a professional psychologist. So that's the good part of it. But anyways, you should still strive to try your best in terms of the writing style. So that's where my next tip comes in. Try to read sample essays, as many as you can. So the IB occasionally releases some student sample essays in a variety of subjects, including psychology. So I found it really helpful to just read over other people's essays. It's always easier to pick up errors and mistakes in other people's works than yours. So read the sample essays, judge the sample essays to get a better idea of what are the most common mistakes with psychology EEs and what the other student has done well, what are the strong parts of the essay, what are the weak parts of the essay. So analyze those sample essays, and it's just gonna help you so much with your own writing. My last thing with psychology EE is just to use appropriate sources. I can't stress this enough. It's just so important for you to use sources that are valid and credible. So something like so the reference part of the extended essay is not actually graded, but the examiners do look at it. So you don't want your examiners to go to your reference list and see a list of simplypsychology.com. I'm not saying that Simply Psychology is not good. I'm just saying for this level of writings, you should really strive to include more journal articles. So just go on Google Scholar, type in your topic, and you're gonna find a lot of sources. Do not simply rely on websites, because when you go to university, it's those sorts of journal articles that you are going to be reading and even writing one by yourself. So it's a really good practice to just now get started and get used to read those sorts of journal articles and lab reports written by professors and even undergraduate students. So yeah, that's everything I want to say about my extended essay, about my extended essay and extended essay in psychology in general. So never give up. You're great. I am great. Everyone is great. No one should be made to feel threatened because of the extended essay, because the purpose of the extended essay is not to frighten you but to make you grow. It's a challenging task, and in life we need challenging tasks, because without those we can never grow. So just perceive those challenging tasks, including the EE, as a way to learn more and to discover more about something you really like, and that's gonna make the entire EE process much easier. So I truly hope this video has helped you in some ways. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.